Bubba Wallace qualified fourth for the Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas, but the real question this weekend isn't how fast his car is. It's whether he'll even be in it when the green flag drops. Here's the situation. Bubba's wife, Amanda, is pregnant and due this month, March 2026. And Bubba has said it loud and clear more than once. If Amanda goes into labor, he is leaving. It doesn't matter where he is. It doesn't matter what lap it is. He is gone. No debate, no hesitation. When his first child was born back in September 2024, Bubba pulled off a crazy tightrope act. He flew home from Kansas Speedway for the birth, then turned right back around and flew back to the track just hours before the race. He started 13th and finished 17th that day. But this time around, he is not playing those games. He has made it completely clear if Amanda goes into labor, he is out. Done. No last-minute flights. No rushing back to the car. So, right now, every single person connected to the number 23 Toyota is watching two things at once, the race and their phone. Now, this kind of situation has happened in NASCAR before. It is not totally new. Back in June 2025, Denny Hamlin actually had to miss the Cup Series race in Mexico City for the birth of his third child. Ryan Truex stepped in and drove the number 11 car in his place. So, this is real. It is not just a what-if. Drivers do walk away from races for this exact reason, and nobody holds it against them. And Bubba has already been crystal clear. He is not trying to time things out or hope for good luck with the schedule. He has straight up told everyone if Amanda calls, he is out the door. If Bubba does have to leave, 2311 Racing already has a name in mind, Corey Heim. He is the team's development driver, and he is already set to race for 2311 in 2026, driving the number 67 Toyota in selected events. If Bubba walks out that door, Heim walks in. That part is pretty straightforward, even though the team has not officially confirmed it. And here is the thing, Heim getting this call would actually be a big deal for him. Racing a full-time Cup car is a massive opportunity, and this would be one of the best cars on the track. 2311 has been flying this season. Now, anytime a substitute driver comes in, there is usually a drop in performance. We saw that last week when Anthony Alfredo filled in for Alex Bowman, who is still out with vertigo. That was the second straight race Bowman missed, with Justin Allgaier now taking his spot in the number 48 at Las Vegas. With Alfredo, the drop-off was noticeable, but Corey Heim is a different story. The expectation is that he would perform much better than that, given how prepared he already is within the 2311 system. Now let's talk about what Bubba actually did in qualifying, because it was seriously impressive. He went out there on Saturday and laid down a lap good enough for fourth place. The number 23 Toyota will line up on the second row for Sunday's Pennzoil 400. That is a great spot. That is a car that can absolutely win this race if Bubba is in it. And he was not alone up front. Toyota basically took over qualifying. 5 of the top 7 starting spots went to Toyota teams, all connected to the Joe Gibbs Racing and 2311 Racing partnership. They looked like a completely different level compared to everyone else. Christopher Bell grabbed the pole. He put up a lap of 28.853 seconds, which works out to 187.156 miles per hour. That was fast enough to beat the next closest driver by about 0.15 of a second. It is also the 15th pole of Bell's career in the Cup Series and his first of 2026. He has actually been really strong at Las Vegas in qualifying before, but he has never won the race there. Sunday could be his chance to finally change that. Sitting right next to Bell on the front row is Denny Hamlin. Now, Hamlin is not just a threat because of where he is starting. He actually won at Las Vegas last fall. That track suits him, and starting second with a fast Toyota makes him one of the biggest favorites going into Sunday. Ty Gibbs is third. He has been solid the last couple of weeks, and third place in qualifying keeps that momentum going. Then comes Bubba in fourth, and rounding out that Toyota freight train, Kyle Larson is fifth, Ryan Blaney is sixth, and Bubba's 2311 teammate Tyler Reddick is seventh. Now, let's talk about Reddick for a second, because what he has done this season is genuinely historic. He won the first 3 races of 2026 Daytona, Atlanta, and COTA back-to-back-to-back. He then finished 8th at Phoenix last weekend. That is one of the most dominant starts to a Cup Series season anyone has ever seen. This 2311 team is not just good right now. They are on another level. On the other end, Austin Cindric qualified 31st. He is in the number 2 Penske car, and right now, that team is really struggling compared to where they expect to be. One more thing worth noting, this race features exactly 36 cars on the starting grid, all full-time chartered entries. Ryan Blaney also comes in with real momentum after winning at Phoenix last weekend, which pushed him up to second in the Cup standings. Along with Bell, Hamlin, and Reddick, other names to watch include William Byron, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, and Chase Briscoe, all of whom have shown strong speed early in 2026. Now let's shift gears and talk about something that has been getting a lot of attention around Bubba Wallace this week, his relationship with Rajah Caruth, and what he had to say about young driver LeVar Scott. If you do not know Rajah Caruth, here is the quick version. He is 23 years old, racing full-time in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series in 2026. He splits his season between two teams, JR Motorsports in the number 88 Chevy for 23 races, and Jordan Anderson Racing in the number 32 Chevy for 10 races. After the first few races of the season, he already had 2 top, 1-0 finishes and was sitting 6th in the standings. Then at Phoenix, he grabbed a 3rd top, 1-0 that time in a brand new car that Jordan Anderson Racing had freshly built for the event. The kid is the real deal. And Bubba Wallace has been watching all of it very closely. After the Auto Trader 400 at Atlanta back in February, Bubba had a tough night. He qualified 9th, won Stage 2, led 46 laps, and was literally at the front with 2 laps to go. Then he moved just a little too far left. Carson Hocevar slipped past him, and just like that, the win was gone. He finished 8th. But during his post-race interview on Fox Sports, Bubba did not just talk about his own race. He brought up Caruth, who had raced the night before in the O'Reilly Series at Atlanta. Bubba said, "You know who I learned a lot from was Rajah yesterday. He had a mad fast car, and he finished 2nd in his first stage and won the 2nd stage, just like me. And I was like, this car is so fast, don't do anything to jeopardize a good finish." He then added, "I hate that we didn't get the win, but all in all, appreciate Xfinity." That is a Cup Series driver, publicly saying a driver from a lower series taught him something. That says a lot about who Bubba Wallace is, and it says a lot about how good Rajah Caruth already is. When Caruth heard about the praise, his reaction was priceless. NASCAR reporter John Newby caught up with him and asked about it. Caruth smiled and said, "I don't think he was telling the truth. I think he was trolling. That's big bro. He's literally been there every step of my career. Literally from my first ever Legend Card race, my first O'Reilly race, first truck race. He's been there, so I feel like he was trolling a little bit." You could hear the warmth in those words. These two have a real bond. In the entire history of NASCAR Cup Series racing, only 2 black drivers have ever won a race: Wendell Scott, who got his 1 win back in 1963, and Bubba Wallace, who has multiple wins to his name. In the Truck Series, only 2 black drivers have ever won: Bubba Wallace with 6 wins and Rajah Caruth with 2, at Las Vegas in 2024 and Nashville in 2025. And in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, no black driver has ever won a race. Not one. Caruth and Scott are both actively racing to be the first.